As a female I shouldn't support other women purely because they're women. God, every time I go on TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, all I see is stuff like real women support each other or men suck, women rock, girls support girls. How am I supposed to stand behind that sort of thing when I've only ever been torn down by other women? Support good people because they're good, not because they're a certain gender. Yeah, this is why people have problems with feminists. We shouldn't be supporting women more than men, and we shouldn't withhold criticism just because they're women. I'm a female and this shit drives me crazy. Some people just suck, no matter their gender, race, religion, sexual orientation, etc. I've heard more sexist things come out of girls' mouths than I have ever heard come out of a boy's mouth. And most of it is aimed at boys. There was a girl who in food tech said, well, of course you spilt it, you're a boy and boys can't cook. The boys in my year proceeded to make cakes and other baked good at home and bring them into school, offering them to everyone. But when she asked for food they responded that she wouldn't like it because it was made by a boy. She apparently found this really sexist and told our vice principal that they weren't giving her food because she was a girl. And all the boys who withheld food got after-school detentions. This whole victim mentality needs to stop in general. I totally get what you're saying. I think the thread has definitely been lost a bit. The solidarity among women that started as a necessity has in many places withered to the point where it seems silly almost. It's similar, I think, to jingoism. Like where a people's national pride deteriorates into a baseless and unearned self-congratulatory sense of superiority. That said, I don't think it's worth completely abandoning the idea of solidarity among women, especially in places where female reproductive rights are governed by men. Men suck, women rock. Just sounds like extreme sexism with extra steps. As somebody who lives in CA, I almost had a heart attack seeing this. I'm so glad people like you exist. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. While I like this message when it's used to challenge women who are very toxic and competitive with other women, it becomes toxic itself when it's used to promote blindly choosing women over men and belittle men. Because the latter is literally the same thing we've been fighting against since forever. I absolutely despise when I see feminist people on social media saying things like men ain't shit, and obviously if this doesn't apply to you then don't worry about it, because it's a generalization and hypocrisy at its finest. I think they're trying to combat your experience though. You say you've been torn down by other women, that's why they are encouraging all women to support each other so that stops happening. Society makes women be super competitive with each other and we need to stop being threatened by other pretty or successful women. In my opinion, women and boys are just as intelligent, strong, doesn't matter, we're the same except for the gender. It annoys me when men think they're better than women, or women think they're better than men. The only difference between us is the gender. We shouldn't have to hate each other based on the past, or gender. You're missing the point. All those things are calling for women to not tear each other down like that. Agree, mostly because I've seen so many instances of women who say things like girls should stick together, girl power, etc., and then completely slander men or get caught in some sexist hypocrisy. Don't exclusively support girls, don't exclusively support men. Just be nice to nice people and be a dick to everyone else. You're missing the point. The whole girls support girls thing is a way of saying don't tear each other down rather than supporting someone solely because they're a woman. For my experience, it's the other way around. Women are constantly putting other women down. When talking about celebrities, she's not that pretty, why they use her as the hot girl in the movie or stuff like that. And also in real life. Like when a girl dates a man who is attractive, they'll tell she's not pretty enough. Or when she gets a promotion in her job, etc. So I don't know where do you get that women support each other for being women. Sometimes I feel like people on Reddit live in a totally different world than mine. But I don't really know where op is from, so things could be different there, right? Like bitch, I don't know you like that. They could be a real POS. Title is great, but the body of the post has me so confused. Explain this to me, You don't like women encouraging other women to support each other because your direct experience is that all women do is tear each other down. Wouldn't you want the people tearing you down to stop? The way you describe it is like women attacked you because you are a woman, which as a woman, I know this happens and I feel for you, but you take issue with the people trying to reverse this phenomenon? Don't know how you feel about me saying this, but I kinda want to support you right now by saying that other women shouldn't be unsupportive of you just because you're a certain gender. I'm female and I support you with this solely because you rewrite _. I wish more women thought like that instead of going with the bash men to feel superior trend. You said it. People socially politicize our physical differences instead of focusing on content of character. It's infuriating. I think what they mean is you should support each other against sexism. In some cities in my country most families does not allow girls to go to school. And as a woman I send most of my money to organizations that try to prevent this. Again in my country especially in work life men have much more advantage than women, hiring rate salary etc. I have seen a post saying we need to get rid of this victim mentality. No, we need to get rid of reasons that create these victims. I am sure when most of you hate feminism you don't even consider third world countries. So if feminism will help us to get some sort of equality in here I am all for it. So I am supporting women purely because they are women. Women, all men are pigs. Women, why do all men hate women? I don't get it. In my country there is literally a 23-year-old male millionaire with a company that employs a lot of people but people only support him so that he can give back, while there is a 25-year-old female that started her own law firm a few months back and everyone in the comments was like you go girl, wow, black girl magic, young, black, talented and beautiful, she has it all. As a mother of 3 daughters, I know how hard it is being a girl. Go get what's yours and show these men if brains and beauty was a person. Females are breaking boundaries and I am inspired. Please employ a lot of females. Black excellence and her company hasn't even employed a single person.